Thank you to everyone that's here. We just had a little chuckle at the table. Someone said, how do you get here and what are you doing and everything? And I said, well, I was in my office one day. We didn't have this story, but another one. But I was in my office one day and I looked up, and when I looked up, I can see out, and I saw Jane Graves walking in, and I said, uh-oh. Jane doesn't come to visit you that often, so I said, the Red Cross is in trouble here today for some reason, and I'm hoping maybe it's not that bad. So anyways, Jane came in and asked me if I would be the United Way campaign chair. And, I don't think I hesitated 30 seconds, and I told her yes. 18 months ago, this coming Thursday, I had the opportunity to speak at this very podium. And I thought that was the culmination of many, many years of hard work. I was awarded the Shapiro Award that night, and I never thought that it could be a more important day in my life than that day. And then I am here today, 18 months later, and I'm going to tell you that this day is more important. And it's more important for a number of reasons. It's more important because I'm talking to a group of people that get the job done. The United Way campaign is not successful because I'm chairman. It's not successful because Jane gives you that look, or Toby, or Christina. It's successful because of you. And so I brought one prop with me, and last week Linda Welch is sitting right there, Transportation Center, and she said, I'm going to see you Thursday morning at the breakfast. I said, great, I got an hour and 10-minute presentation. And she looked at me and she said, if you speak for an hour and 10 minutes, you're in big trouble. Trust me, I don't have an hour and 10-minute presentation, but I have something here. If you were at the Shapiro Award, you saw this, but I want to show you something that has meant so much in my life, and then you're going to understand, as I just talk for just a few minutes, why this is so important and how it gets to where we are today with you being in this room. My mother brought this to me a few years ago. No comments. I see a couple in the back that are thinking, this was my Little League shirt when I was 7 years old. So you're thinking, what does a Little League shirt have to do with someone talking about the United Way campaign? Well, it's not the shirt. The name on the shirt says Quackenbush. Quackenbush was a pharmacy in my town. I didn't know that 10 years after I was on this Little League team that I was going to be working at Quackenbush Pharmacy. I didn't know that 8 years after that I was going to be a pharmacist and starting a career with Kinney Drugs for 31 years and living in this great place we call the North Country. But what I can tell you is that the pharmacist at Quackenbush Pharmacy said to me one thing that has never left me. He said, you have to give back to your community every single day. Your community will give you far more than you will ever give your community. So you have to give back. And I look out at this crowd and I understand what he meant. I understand why we're so successful at the United Way. I understand why last year's campaign that Jim Scordo chaired and did such a terrific job of Power of a Dollar. I understand why there was 1,166 new donors, first-time donors to the campaign. I understand why our United Way achieved its goal and many's failed. I understand why. It's because of you. It's not because of us. So when you go out there and you talk to the people, they understand because it's coming from you. And then, I gave to the United Way for years. Never thought much about it. So I end up at the Red Cross and I'm thinking, how does giving to the United Way really impact the community? What makes the United Way so special? It's not filling out that thing. You have to fill out every year. Trust me, it's tough filling out those forms because you know it's going to be scrutinized, and it's going to be scrutinized to a very high degree because it's important that the money is spent where it needs to go to take care of people. And when I got at the Red Cross, I didn't know much about the Red Cross. I'm thinking blood drives and disasters down in Florida. But that's not what we do on a daily basis in the North Country. On a daily basis in the North Country, we take care of the people that have all kinds of problems. And the United Way support that we get makes it extremely easy for us to do it. We average 81 house fires in our chapter every year, single-family fires. 90% of the disasters the Red Cross nationwide responds to are single-family fires. And we have, on average, 81 single-family fires a year in our chapter. And we take care of those people. We give them a place to stay. We give them money for clothing and food. We take care of them. And we do it because of the support from the United Way. We had 2 people last week. And every day we make and send calls to the servicemen and women of our country through our services to the armed forces. I didn't know the Red Cross did that. Over 500 calls a year, emergency communications are initiated at our office for the servicemen and women of this country. It's something that we do. It's something that we can do because of support from the United Way. You need to tell that story. You need to tell that story because people out there just don't know. So, again, I was honored 18 months ago here. I'm honored more today. Thank you.